Welcome to another thrilling episode of Mythical Legends Unveiled. Today's episode, we are going to land in this mysterious world of goblins, strange mythological creatures that have obsessed our minds for many years. We will find out their mythological literary roots and uncover why these small creatures appear frequently with gold and treasure, especially in Squad Busters from Supercell. So sit back, be comfortable, and let's dive into this otherworldly journey together. One of the most iconic tropes of mythology and folklore is that most cultures got goblins. Generally presented as petty creatures, goblins are also known to employ their slyness and deceitfulness. They appeared from the European folklore tale and were usually thought of as being scared and slightly unpleasant people who lived underground or in dense forests. Among other things, which are that goblins are very charming looking, it is their insatiability for wealth and treasure that makes them interesting. In a lot of stories, goblins are reflected of the idea of being rich. Botchavit, the narrator, is implying that they are waiting until the night comes to go out and break and steal gold and precious stones from the travelers who are unaware of their presence. This snapshot of goblins as keeper of treasure is intertwined with our collective mindset, and it's not difficult to see why this trait has found its way into the modern use of the character in games. In this modern age, goblins take a jump to the spotlight by becoming one of the genius ideas of the creator in the game, that is Squad Busters. In the game, goblins have the power to create golden coins from an empty space. It's a tip of their behavior in the myth. So how is the connection of goblins to the gold key and the key for the treasure? One theory is that goblins' gold curse should represent human greed and the condensing of our selfish wishes. In the old stories, goblins used to be the bad guys who always want more and care not for the environment and other beings around. In the stories, we also see them showing kids the dark of consumerism, and their greed is always bigger, therefore they never feel satisfied. What was told in the medieval imagination about the goblins is that the creatures owned some magical gifts, which they normally use for their own welfare. Supposedly, they had the ability to reveal hidden treasures or even produce gold out of nowhere using their mystical skill. This magical side of the goblins has been flawlessly depicted in Squad Busters, whereby players are given the chance to choose to be the goblin and perform some seemingly impossible moves like creating goblet coins and taking the lead in the game. The developers of Squad Busters, the game we are talking about, made the statement that the goblin was their idea. They also commented on the fact that their intention was to create a dualistic situation where the traditional lore would be kept, and at the same time, a suitable peculiar twist would be added to the dynamic of the game. The ability to get gold was a logical fit to the game, in that the goblin was known as the creature of mythology, which was very greedy, and using it as a fun gameplay mechanic made the game of Squad Busters more exciting than any of the others. So what is the best way to take advantage of the goblin's ability to gather and spend gold in Squad Busters? Here are some tips. 1. Strategic location. Move your goblin to places where he can get as many coins as possible without being a target to your opponents. 2. Team harmony. The goblin has a unique ability to function well if it is supported by characters that are able to defend it against attacks that the low production of coins might cause. 3. Money management. The gold that you have generated should be utilized for upgrading you and your team. This way, it will help you to become a winner on the battlefield. Besides, by going deeper into the mythology of the goblins, along with the issue to which they get related, the gold, we can understand the additional value that is given solely to our gaming experiences. It is a proof of the great storytelling and the way old tales still inspire today's art. Thanks for being with us on this fairy tale expedition to Goblin's universe. If you like this video, simply hit the like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more awesome stories about mythology and gaming. Until the next time, do not forget to play the monster.